Brother, let's be honest for a second. You didn't change, you just stopped being seen. She used to look at you with this unshakable admiration, a deep respect that was almost palpable in the air between you. Her eyes would follow you, tracing your movements with a blend of awe and affection that made you feel like the center of her universe. Now, she barely seems to register your presence when you walk into the room, her gaze fixed on a screen or lost in some distant thought you're no longer privy to. You're still there, aren't you? You're still shouldering the weight of responsibility, working tirelessly, providing for the life you've built together, trying with every fiber of your being to hold it all together. But to her, it feels as if you've become a ghost, a familiar shadow that has simply faded into the wallpaper of your shared existence. You've become part of the background noise, a constant hum so familiar that it's no longer consciously heard. You're still the foundation, but she's forgotten to look down and appreciate the ground she stands on, taking for granted the very stability you provide. And the cruel, insidious part of this entire slow-motion tragedy, you don't even know when it happened. There was no single, dramatic event, no explosive fight that marked the beginning of the end. It wasn't an overnight transformation where you woke up one morning to find yourself a stranger in your own home. It was a slow, silent fade, an emotional erosion that happened one tiny, imperceptible grain at a time. It was a death by 1,000 emotional cuts, each one so small you barely felt it, yet collectively, they have bled the vitality from your connection. In the beginning, she appreciated you. She saw the sweat on your brow, the long hours you put in, the sacrifices you made. Your effort was her security, your presence was her comfort. But over the long, winding path of time, a dangerous familiarity began to cloud her vision. It blinded her to the man who was right in front of her, the man who quietly and diligently held her entire world together. She stopped seeing the hero and started seeing only the husband, the provider, the fixture. The truth is harsh, brother, and it's a truth that most men are never prepared to hear. When a woman stops admiring her man, she stops desiring him. The magnetic pull of raw, passionate desire is inextricably linked to the profound respect and admiration she feels for your character, your strength, and your purpose. It's not necessarily because you did something catastrophically wrong, like betraying her trust or abandoning your duties. In fact, it's often the opposite. It happened because she stopped feeling something profoundly right. That spark, that electrical charge that once defined your dynamic, has been extinguished. The feeling of being captivated by your essence, of being drawn to your masculine core, has simply vanished. And without that fundamental admiration, the physical and emotional desire that once burned so brightly has been starved of its oxygen, reduced to cold, lifeless embers. You became safe, you became predictable, you became stable. Isn't that ironic? The very qualities that once made her feel an overwhelming sense of security, the rock-solid foundation upon which she felt brave enough to build a life with you, those are the exact same qualities that now make her feel numb, restless, and emotionally suffocated. And while you operate under the logical assumption that your love, your unwavering commitment, and your reliability should be more than enough to sustain the relationship, she is quietly, desperately craving a sense of aliveness. She yearns for the thrill, the unpredictability, the raw, untamed energy that she first fell in love with. It's a primal hunger for something you simply cannot give her while you are slowly, silently dying inside, suffocated by the very stability you've worked so hard to create. You've built her a beautiful, safe cage, but you've forgotten that she needs to see you soar, not just guard the door. You see, most good men, men with honorable intentions and deep love in their hearts, lose themselves in the relentless pursuit of making her happy. They listen intently to her complaints, her desires, her suggestions for who they should be. They meticulously mold themselves into the man she says she wants. And in that noble, self-sacrificing process, they completely forget what made her want them in the first place. You used to have an edge, didn't you? A fire in your eyes, a powerful, unshakable conviction in your voice. There was a spark about you that non-verbally communicated to the world. I know who I am. I know where I am going, and nothing will stop me. That was the man she was drawn to. That was the man she admired. Now, you just have routines. You have schedules, obligations, and the quiet, gnawing weight of an invisible pain that no one, especially not her, seems to notice. You've traded your sword for a spreadsheet, your mission for a mortgage, and your soul for a sense of quiet desperation. And here's the forbidden truth. The one that society and relationship gurus will never tell you. Women don't leave men because they fall out of love. They leave because they stop feeling seen. They feel invisible, unappreciated, and taken for granted. But what no one ever dares to tell you, brother, is the other side of that coin. Men stop being seen when they stop seeing themselves. You cannot command and inspire her admiration when you have lost your own reflection in the mirror. You can be the object of her deepest desire when you have become a hollow echo of your former self, a ghost haunting the hallways of your own life. You've been so focused on her needs, on her happiness, that you've completely lost sight of your own purpose, your own passions, your own masculine core. You've become a supporting character in the story of your own life, and you wonder why she's no longer captivated by the plot. So the real question isn't, why doesn't she see me anymore? The question you need to be asking yourself, the one that holds the key to unlocking everything, is when did I stop seeing myself? Start there, brother. Start with that raw, uncomfortable, and powerful inquiry. Go back to the man you were before the weight of the world settled on your shoulders, because the moment you begin to rediscover who you are, the man with the fire, the conviction, and the unapologetic purpose, the world, including her, will have no choice but to notice again. She didn't fall out of love with you. She just forgot who you were because you did too.